What you're about to witness will shake the very foundation of everything you thought you knew about professional wrestling. The tribal chief, the head of the table, the man who dominated WWE for over 1,300 days, Roman Reigns. Stretchered out, broken, defeated. And here's what WWE doesn't want you to know about what really happened in Paris. I'm telling you right now, turn off your notifications, lock your door, because what I'm about to expose is going to make you question everything. And if you think you know the full story, you don't. Nobody does. Until now. This is Wrestle Scope, and we're about to rip the curtain down on one of the most controversial moments in modern WWE history. The Hook. Let me ask you something that's been eating at me since Clash in Paris, and I need you to comment below with your honest answer. Did WWE just sacrifice their biggest star to push an agenda? Did they just throw Roman Reigns under the bus to manufacture a moment that no one asked for? Because here's what infuriates me. Here's what should infuriate you. For over 3 years, we watched Roman Reigns carry this company on his back. Through the pandemic, through empty arenas, through every single criticism, every single moment when the so-called experts said he couldn't do it. The tribal chief proved everyone wrong. He became the longest reigning Universal Champion in WWE history. He main evented WrestleMania twice. He made the championship mean something again. And then Paris happened. The City of Lights became the city of betrayal. The romance capital of the world became the graveyard of respect. Because what we witnessed wasn't just a match, it was a public execution. And I'm about to tell you exactly who pulled the trigger, why they did it, and what it means for the future of professional wrestling. But first, hit that subscribe button and smash that like, because by the time this video is over, you're going to understand why mainstream wrestling media is terrified to tell you the truth. They want to keep you in the dark. Not us. Never us. The buildup. Let's rewind the clock. Let's talk about how we got here, because context matters, and WWE is banking on you having the memory of a goldfish. Clash in Paris wasn't just another premium live event. This was WWE's grand return to France. 40,000+ fans packed into the Accor Arena, expecting magic, expecting spectacle, expecting the tribal chief to do what he does best, acknowledge greatness, and remind the world why he sits at the head of the table. The match was set. Roman Reigns defending his undisputed WWE Universal Championship against a competitor handpicked to give him the fight of his life. The promotional material was everywhere. The hype was unreal. Social media was buzzing. Paris was ready to witness history. And here's where it gets interesting. In the weeks leading up to Clash in Paris, something shifted. If you were paying attention, and I mean really paying attention, you could feel it. The commentary started changing. The backstage segments had a different tone. Suddenly, Roman wasn't being portrayed as the unstoppable force anymore. He was being shown as vulnerable, tired, susceptible. WWE was planting seeds. They were preparing the audience for something. But what? That's the question that kept me up at night. Because Roman Reigns doesn't just lose. He doesn't just get carried out on a stretcher. This is a man who kicked out of everything. Superman punches, spears, chair shots, table crashes. Nothing kept the tribal chief down. So why Paris? Why now? Why like this? The match itself started exactly how you'd expect. Roman came out with Paul Heyman by his side, that championship draped over his shoulder, the look of absolute dominance in his eyes. The crowd was electric. You could feel the energy through the screen. This was supposed to be another coronation, another reminder that we're living in Roman's world. But 20 minutes into the match, everything changed. The incident. I need you to understand something before I continue. What I'm about to describe isn't just a wrestling spot. This wasn't a worked shoot. This was something that crossed the line between performance and reality in a way that made everyone uncomfortable. The match was brutal. I mean brutal. These two warriors were beating the absolute hell out of each other. Steel steps, announce tables, the barricade. Everything in that arena became a weapon. The crowd was losing their minds. This was the kind of physical storytelling that makes you remember why you fell in love with wrestling in the first place. And then it happened. A miscalculation. A spot that went wrong. A landing that made everyone in that arena and everyone watching at home go completely silent. Roman Reigns crashed to the outside with a sickening thud that you could hear throughout the entire arena. Not the usual bump, not the theatrical sell. This was different. Even the hard cam operator seemed confused about whether to zoom in or cut away. The referee immediately threw up the X. You know what that means. Medical personnel rushed to ringside faster than I've ever seen. Paul Heyman's face went from character to genuine concern in a millisecond. And the opponent? They stood in the ring, not knowing whether to continue the act or break character completely. For 3 minutes, 3 agonizing minutes, Roman didn't move. The crowd started that eerie quiet chant that only happens when something feels genuinely wrong. "Please be okay" claps echoed through the arena. People were crying. Kids were scared. Parents were covering their children's eyes. The stretcher came out. Medical staff surrounded Roman like a protective barrier. And as they carefully, and I mean carefully, loaded him onto that stretcher, you could see it in everyone's eyes. This wasn't the plan. Or was it? The controversy. Here's where I'm going to make some people very uncomfortable. Here's where I'm going to say what everyone's thinking, but nobody has the guts to say out loud. Was this real, or was this the greatest work in modern wrestling history? Let me present the evidence, and you tell me in the comments what you think happened. Theory 1. The shoot. Roman Reigns legitimately got injured in Paris. The bump was botched. The landing was wrong. Everything we saw was genuine medical concern for one of WWE's biggest assets. The stretcher was real. The concern was real. The potential injury was real. Evidence supporting this theory. The referee threw up the X immediately. Medical personnel didn't waste time with theatrics. The crowd reaction was genuinely worried, not entertained. WWE cut several camera angles that would normally show the impact repeatedly. Social media from people in attendance described it as scary and uncomfortable. Theory 2. The work. This was a brilliantly executed storyline designed to write Roman off television, create sympathy, and set up the most explosive return in WWE history. WWE saw an opportunity to give Roman a break while simultaneously elevating his mystique and making his eventual comeback the biggest story in wrestling. Evidence supporting this theory. Roman had been working non-stop for over 3 years. WWE had been teasing vulnerability in Roman's character for weeks. The timing coincided with rumors of Roman wanting time off. The stretcher angle is classic WWE storytelling for writing someone off TV. No official injury report has been released weeks later. Roman's social media has been cryptically silent. Theory 3. The compromise. Here's the theory that makes the most sense to me, and it's going to make you angry. Roman was legitimately hurt, but WWE saw an opportunity to turn a bad situation into a storyline goldmine. Instead of immediately clarifying the situation, they've let speculation run wild. They've turned a potential PR nightmare into the hottest topic in wrestling. And that's what infuriates me about modern WWE. They'll exploit anything for content. A real injury? Storyline. Genuine concern? Storyline. Fan anxiety? Storyline. The aftermath. Let's talk about what happened after Paris, because that's where this story gets even more complicated. WWE's official statement was vague, purposefully vague. Roman Reigns was evaluated by medical personnel following his match at Clash in Paris. Further updates will be provided as appropriate. That's it. That's all we got. No timeline, no diagnosis, no clarity. Just corporate speak designed to say absolutely nothing while technically saying something. Meanwhile, wrestling Twitter exploded. Everyone had an opinion. Everyone had insider information. Sources were claiming everything from a minor concussion to a career-threatening injury. Other sources were saying it was all a work and Roman was seen perfectly fine at the airport the next day. The wrestling media, the ones who are supposed to give us the truth, gave us nothing but speculation repackaged as journalism. Multiple sources confirm Roman is being evaluated. Insiders suggest WWE is being cautious. Officials close to the situation indicate a wait-and-see approach. In other words, we don't know anything, but we're going to write articles anyway. Paul Heyman, the master manipulator, posted one tweet. One tweet. A picture of Roman from their glory days with the caption, "The tribal chief will address his universe when he chooses." Cryptic, deliberate, frustrating. And the opponent? They've been pushed to the moon since Paris. Championship opportunities, main event matches. It's almost like WWE is rewarding them for being part of this moment. Coincidence? I'll let you decide. Here's what really grinds my gears though. The WWE Universe, us, we deserve better than this. We deserve transparency. If Roman is legitimately hurt, tell us. Let us send our support. Let us appreciate the years of punishment his body has endured for our entertainment. If it's a storyline, commit to it fully and deliver the payoff we deserve. But this middle ground, this ambiguous, maybe real, maybe not nonsense, it's disrespectful.